Border Gateway Protocol has two different flavors, right? You've got eBGP and iBGP. Now with iBGP, you are expected to form a full mesh of neighbors between all of the BGP routers in your autonomous system, and there's more elegant ways of going. But because of the inherent nature of BGP neighborships inside of an autonomous system, they do not enforce a time to live restraint. However, BGP neighborship across different autonomous systems, specifically eBGP, has by default a time to live value of 1 for all of the communication. Now, a time to live of 1 is not going to be a big deal for a lot of topologies. Let's look at our topology. If I'm on R4 and I'm peered over the frame relay network to R5 and R6, I don't need a time to live that is greater than 1. And we generally do not peer to loopback interfaces. But let's say we did. Let's say that our config over or our config between two different autonomous systems is for some reason peering to loopback interfaces. And we might do this for load balancing purposes. There's advanced configs that do that. If I have some redundant links and I've chosen to utilize those redundant links by doing equal cost load balancing with static routes, then what you might see is your neighborship for eBGP pointing to loopback interfaces. And in that case, you have a big gotcha. You're going to have to send through the adjacent router, have to be routed to their loopback interface. And for this reason, you need an extra hop. You need an extra hop. So we call this command eBGP multi-hop. But let's say you are not forming neighborship between eBGP routers. It doesn't apply for iBGP. And you notice that you're peering to loopback interfaces or enforcing some other reason to add an extra hop. Maybe there's a physical device for some reason that is inserted between the two. You need to up the time to live. Generally speaking, a value of 2 is just fine. Some people just put it up to 255. You certainly don't need that many. A value of 3 would accomplish pretty much any real-world config that you would ever need with regards to eBGP multi-hop. But please be mindful, if you understand that your eBGP communication has to cross an extra router to get to the neighbor, you need to up the time to live of your eBGP communication to that neighbor.